I think it's really good that you guys have commissioned that, because when we're doing creative work, we often have to fill in all these, you know, tick chart forms about engagement and all the rest of it, and how this ultimately public money has been spent. And too often than not, you know, things aren't we don't spend time to really learn from the processes that we've been through. We evaluate it, but we don't then really, you know, apply that to future projects. And I think what I'm hoping is that during the process of this deep creative evaluation that we're doing now, hopefully that will really improve future productions, future projects, and allow other creatives to take creative risks whilst knowing that the workflow and the logistics are going to be successful because of the work that's been done previously, which will ultimately mean that audiences get to see new and exciting content that might not have been imagined before, because it might have been thought to have been too difficult to achieve.
It's quite interesting, I think, for us, because this is looking at, I suppose, it's looking at a film, and the making of a film first, and then kind of working out, okay, you know, because quite often I suppose we would go, as Orchestras Live, we would go to an orchestra first and then say, okay, and then the start of the ball gets rolling there. But this way it's almost like the other way around, where we look, okay, this is a film, what are the key criteria or the key elements we need to put within a film? And of course, using a visual medium like dance kind of gives you your sort of aesthetic, if you like, potentially. So I'll be really interested to see what that looks like in the way of kind of what you come back to us with.
And I think it's important to note, actually, that whilst it is all of those things, you know, the crucial part here is that it's being kind of devised and developed by people who really understand music, and that's the crucial thing, because, you know, going out to any sort of film companies or other, you know, they would quite happily take on that lead creative decision-making role, but that might be at the expense of some of the musical conventions that some orchestras require. But when you've got some creatives that really understand deeply what professional musicians need to be successful and how orchestras work, then you get decisions being made that are really sensitive to those needs to a certain extent, you know. Again, all making it more successful potentially, because people in front of the camera are going to be much more happier about what's happening.